We are going to learn how to create this toggle property here. So if it is open, if I click this toggle, it's going to go to break, another one time, second break, then closed. And then the next morning, again, if you click toggle, it's going to go open. So how do we do this? So I'll just give you a preview of what the formula here is going to be. So first, I'll just give you a preview or explain how things work. So first, we're going to define a variable called options. So this will create an array of options inside the status property. And then next, you will define another variable that returns the current index of the current status property. So say if the current is open, it will return 1. And then if it is break 2, it will return 1, 2, 3. But since index is a 0 based index, so it will be 0, 1, 2, and 3. So if it is open, it will be 0. If it's break 2, it will be 2, and so on. So we'll find that index of the current status property, and then we'll edit the status property by finding the current index. So this is the current index. So if it is equal to the last, so if it is the last option in the status property, we'll just return it to the first value. In other cases, we'll just add 1 to it. So we'll just bring the next option in the status property. So this is an overview of the formula on how the toggle function works. So now let's just create it. Just do it again. So for now, I'll just delete these properties. Just delete. So now let's build this from scratch. So first, we're going to need a status property. So this will show open, closed, and break. So open, so actually be closed, and in progress will be break, and finally it will be complete, will be open. So these are the three options in the status property. Next, we will need a button property. So which will be the toggle here. So now if we click this toggle, we need the status property to change to the next one, which is going to be open. Now just edit the button. So first we need to define an array of the options in the property. Just click action, define a new variable, and the variable is called status options. So this is an array of 3 options as of now. So the first is going to be open, second is break, the third is closed. So one thing you need to keep in mind is this options here should exactly match with the options in the status property. So just click Control Enter, save. This should match with these properties here. So next thing is we're going to create another variable to return the current index of the current status. Just create a variable called current index. So this will give the index of the current status property. So if it is open, it will return 1. If it is break, it will return 2. And if it is closed, it will return 3. So just create that variable here. So just go to formula. So we are going to use a function called find index. So find index. So what this basically does is it takes an array and it compares with the value given, and it finds this value in this array and returns the index of it in this list. So since this is 0 based indexing, so the first will be 0, second will be 1, and third will be 2. So since b here is second value here, so 0, 1, and the index of it is 1. Similarly, so we need to find the index in this options and return its index. So first it's going to be, let's bring that variable which we defined, which contains the options. It's going to be status options, comma, current is equal to format, so that it returns into a text string format, this page dot status. So this will take the current status and will compare with the values in this array of options and return the index of it. We'll just click save here, control enter, and then we'll actually edit the new status property. So let's create another action, edit a property and call status. And for now, we can just use any of this. So I'll just click open here. And what we're going to do is I'll just click open a custom formula, just clear here. For now, I'll just close this. And instead of creating the entire thing here, we can just define another variable which will have the new status value of this status property. Just click, I'll just add another action called define a variable, and this variable is going to be called as updated option. So just click updated option. So I actually need this to be defined before we change the status property. So I'll just bring this above here. Okay. So this will return what is the new status property. So I'll just edit this here. So for this variable, we are going to use a function called add. Just get add. So add basically it uh, it takes an array and we should give the index, and it takes the value of this index and returns it here. So since it is zero based indexing, so from this array the value that has the index of 1, that is 0 1, is 2, so it returns 2 here. So we'll just, so what we want is we want to take the options list, so it's going to be status options, and for the index we're going to take current index plus 1. So if the current index is going to be 1, we're going to add 1 to it, so it will become 2. So we'll take the second option from this list, which is going to be the next one. So for now, we'll just save this, control enter, and then we'll just check how this works. Save and just try this. But this doesn't work the way. So, but if it is open, we'll click toggle, it will go to closed. But it doesn't work exactly because the updated option here is just adding plus 1 to the current index. So what if the current index is at the last option? So in that case, we need to define a logic here. So we're going to use an if function. So if the current index is the last value of the status option, it needs to return the first index. So for that, we're going to create if the current index is equal to status options dot length. So this will return the total number of items in that list of items, which is 3 currently. But since this is zero based indexing, we need to give a -1 so that it actually starts from 0. And then, so if it is the last value in the list, we need to have to return 0. Otherwise, we'll just have the normal to return current index plus 1. So now it's going to be working. So I'll just save this, control enter, and I'll just try this. But we actually did not say edit this page as take this value. So we're going to edit this action here. So it's going to take status and we're going to edit, put the value as the updated option value and control enter. So now it's going to work properly because earlier when we tried, we did not give this updated option, but now you have to give this updated option as the update value for the status, and we click save here, and now it should work as expected. So just click toggle, goes to open, then the next one break and closed. And this is how to create a toggle in Notion. So thank you for watching. See you in the next video.